They're worth it. Hey, nerd, I'm not nerd. I didn't make Snoot. Let me bump up the volume a bit more. It just seems quiet. That's as high as that goes. That is... It's even high on my master... Well, not master volume. Like the program itself is turned up all the way. Music's turned up all the way. It barely peaks yellow. Sounds good at my side. Hey, Cartoon Collector. Hey, Chicken Nugget. Beavis and Butthead time. No, thank you. Not here. Not now. Thinking we'll probably aim for the usual 2 hours. 3 if we're really feeling it. But it's not likely. I might do a post stream after. Probably playing more Darkstone or something. Maybe well, I don't know if I'll go back to Apuna. I don't feel like doing Earthbound either. That's the sad part. Maybe I'll retread some other games I streamed. I saw Relic Hunter got an update. I might play that. That or I'll do something from my Steam backlog. Because I might not be able to stream Saturday, and if I do, Lauren's going to be there. I don't know what we'd be streaming. I don't even know how long we'd have. It'd probably be something like Kirby's Air Ride or something. Though the mic's going to be split if that happens, because he's going to be sitting somewhere entirely different. He's not going to be, like, there at the microphone, unless I hook, like, something bootleg up, and then it'd capture us twice. Not much I can do. Hey, dog. Battlefield 6. The beta's over, isn't it? I had that downloaded ready to play with Alistair, and then he flaked, so I'm like, whatever. His loss. Like, you guys, it was on stream. You saw me download it and boot it up. Ain't on me. Psychonauts. I don't have Psychonauts. I don't have any interest in most Double Fine games, dude. I do not like Tim Schafer. He simps for Anita Sarkeesian, so no thank you. Hey, Loot Taker. Aimbot, Catgirl, Porcupine, no thank you. I'm not a baguette. Oh, I have to code my words because this is where the tourists come to my channel. We save the spicy words for not Snoot streams, unless they're part of dialogue. I didn't know Timmy was a weirdo. Yeah, Tim Schafer, like, he fucking, like, what was it? He did the fucking puppet show or whatever in that one fucking game's presentation. I'm gonna have to find that one. I can't believe that one's, like, people forget about that. And then there was that thing where he, like, it was a Feminist Frequency video where a bunch of other people fucking hopped on and, like, oh, women this, women that. All you have to do is look it up. Like, just look up Anita Sarkeesian, Tim Schafer. I'm not gonna interrupt the Wani content for that. How are you guys? I'm hanging in there. Wasn't too bad. Oh, we're already at the 5-minute mark. Crazy. Alright. Switch the gameplay. Alright. I don't want to forgive that Gator. Authors, Mr. Dude. Olivia has just made her tearful confession of her subterfuge to Inko in the rain, but what happens when he is unable or unwilling to forgive her? So there's 5 endings. We played this before, but it's privated on the channel. So I've gotten the blessings to go over the rewrite to put it back on the channel. So yeah, we'll start it. What are we eating today, Porku? I already had Arby's earlier today with Blaze, and it gave me Taco Tuesday. So thankfully it's out of my system. But ouch. Hey, Funds. Mr. Dude is Miss Gal. Wait, what? Mr. Dude when Miss Gal walked in. Oh, okay, whatever. Anyways, lately I've kept having an overwhelming sense of deja vu, as though I've already lived through the moment, or even the entire day. I've been having it the last few days, but lately it keeps getting more intense, to the point where right now I could swear I've lived this moment before, waking up in bed, thoughts of the Fresh Start art contest in my head. But why? Is some part of my conscious going backwards without me being fully aware? A lot of people have wished they could go back and make different choices. I know I have whenever I do something I regret. So what do I have to regret? The sense of deja vu is gone now. Guess it was nothing. Today's the day the winners of the Fresh Start art contests are to be announced. Just thinking about it fills me with both excitement and dread. Now it's all I can think about as I prepare for the day. Hey, Crescenario. Hey, Sabic. Finally got to see your live stream. Alright, Tolu. Or just say Tolu. Alright. My hunt for the baryonyx leads me to the second floor of the atrium. It feels like there's a lead brick in the pit of my stomach as I internalize my current situation. The soft pattering of rain on the window brings my attention to a gloomy image of Volcadera Bluffs. My eyes wander along the school's pathway, covered in mud thanks to the earlier rainfall. Wait a minute. Those look like tracks in the mud. I burst through the main entrance doors and am met with countless droplets hitting my head. A dark overcast is rolled in. The forecast called for on and off rain during the day, with pretty gnarly clouds. Makes it look like an early dusk. Crap, what am I wasting time for? I follow the trail with urgency, fearing that the rain will wash away the trail. Looks like it goes down the whole pathway. I ignore my clothes becoming progressively damp and the water collecting on my shades. Eventually, I round the curve that leads to the bridge and see a distressing sight at its end. A wheelchair. Empty of its occupant, toppled on its side. A new fear grips at me, born from the mental imagery provided by that sight. Those cruel thoughts push me up the steps faster than humanly possible, even as my rational mind tries to reassure me. Running across the deck, my breath is caught in my throat when I reach the middle. This is Remastered. There's a lot of, what is it? A lot of fat that's been gutted from it. The Thinko moments. Things have been rewritten to be less cringy, according to the author. So, we're doing this to put it back on the channel, essentially. Hey, Robert. Gonna get in and out because I'm starving. Alright. I'll be on for a bit. I gotta get up at 1 for work. That sucks. So I can't pick on you much. Okay. What if Inko not forgiving her made Olivia love him even more because he's not simping for her and her disability and she hates when people do that? I don't know. I thinko, therefore I Inko. Less thinko. Speaking of thinko, I've been having the urge to get back into, AI roguelike. But essentially I want to get back to it, but I want to make Season 3. I think I think I've forgotten so much of season 2. I don't even know what we're doing in that anymore. So if we go back to that, we're doing school snooting for AI roguelike. Anyways, she's on the ground, head slumped down. There's damage and soaked up school supplies scattered all over the walkway. Oh my god, is she okay? My foot shifts, trying to force me closer. Slowly, her head lifts up to the sound of my shoes squelching on the floor. Inko? Her tear-stained eyes stare at me with a dead expression, and her voice sounds weak. Olivia! I feel like I can finally breathe again. Slowly, Olivia pushes herself up, and I notice she's laying atop a pile of paper shreddings. The feeling of relief fades. I remember why I was looking for her. We stare at each other as the rain continues to bear down on us. She sits there, letting herself grow more soaked from the rain. Can you talk? Her voice comes in a wheeze. No, not out in the rain. Not out in the open. I withdraw my compact umbrella from my backpack and unfurl it. It doesn't do much to dry Olivia off, but at least she's not getting more soaked. The umbrella is placed between us and the elements against the ledge, forming a personal canopy above us. Here, now we're alone. There's space next to Olivia to take a seat. It's odd. We sat together before, but sitting on the ground in the rain, and the room is just a little claustrophobic. There's bits of paper melted onto the pavement, soaked by rain. Though torn apart and waterlogged, I can sort of make it out. A tree, a rough sketch of one anyway. Like the one that stood prominently in the false submission. So you did do it. Inko, please, I can explain. I didn't have a choice. What? I know what I did was wrong, but I didn't have any other way. There wasn't a choice to not trick me? She avoids looking at me, focusing on the scraps of paper scattered about on the floor like confetti. It wasn't to trick you, I just... Sigh. I get it, you're mad at me. No, I'm confused. I thought we were friends. I wasn't expecting it. Expecting you. She pauses to give her throat some respite. Her usual water bottle isn't anywhere nearby. A shaky breath escapes her mouth. When you came around, I thought you were no different than the others. They were some self-centered, pretentious midwit who only cares about his image. That's why I got the idea of using you to swap out your art with mine. Using me? The declaration makes me feel hollow. He didn't seem like the kind of person who cared about how he gets attention from others, just that he gets it. Though her description makes me feel self-conscious and a little ashamed from how uncomfortably close to the truth I sense it is, I still feel a sudden bitter resentment. That's not what I think of you now. It isn't? Idekin's the one person I can trust. So when he went to bat for you, saying we'd make good friends, I was worried. What's so special about this guy? I honestly got scared he'd be wrong. That you'd be just like everyone else, and I'd be setting myself up for failure. But worse than that, Inko. I was afraid he'd be right, and I'd have to face what I'd done to myself. And now I've gone and done something like this. Switching my contest entry? She nods, swallowing hard. I wasn't thinking. No, you weren't thinking, is what I want to say. I'm shocked at sudden annoyance I fight to contain for her sake. Suddenly, everything was out of balance, everything I created, all my work, my own little world suddenly changing, and I had no control of it. I just had to do something. Gee, I guess I didn't know I was doing that. Sorry. She stops to process my words, hearing the bitterness in my voice and wincing. I didn't realize how sarcastic it came out until I saw her reaction. I knew I'd get caught. It's stupid. I was hoping for it, even. Someone to figure out that it was swapped so it would be changed and everyone would be none the wiser. She turns to face me with silver eyes welled with tears. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I just don't want to go back to being the person I used to be. The person who didn't care about hurting you. Torn between anger and sympathy for how regretful she sounds, I feel my insides bottom out. And there's only one thing I can think to ask. How could you do this to me? It wasn't personal, I swear. I just wanted to see what people thought of my art without knowing I was the one who made it. Why? Isn't it obvious? It's always the same thing. Her voice takes a deeper pitch. Oh wow, you're so talented in spite of your condition. This time it's a higher, shriller tone. Amazing, it's like you aren't disabled at all. Her voice returns, this time weighed down with contempt. For all their kind words, it always comes back to those disingenuous platitudes. I never felt like they truly cared about me or my interests. It was always just blind praise because I'm doomed to never measure up to the same level of expectations. The worst was when I found out I couldn't even fail on my own. Even when I do something wrong, there's always someone to patronize me with phony praise. Nobody else has to live with the paranoia of never hearing the honest-to-God truth, be it positive or negative. I'm pitied by default for my unenviable circumstance. I hated that I felt forced to accept all of the accommodations and sympathy from everyone around me. So one day she picked up the scraps of her torn art and let them fall. Stop trying. I'm never going to earn my way fair and square, or even be allowed to lose with grace and dignity. Nobody voices their true feelings around me because none of them have any agency. That's just how it is. I can't imagine living with that. That's only the tip of the iceberg. I could go on, but it's sweet of you to listen to me this much. I've already told all of this to Eidekin until I'm blue in the face. I don't want to exhaust you too. I'm sorry, I just had to. Even if for once, hear genuine praise that wasn't coming from a false sense of superiority. I just had to know my art was real, that I could be something. That I could be real and not a mere demographic category, that I could actually succeed. Aye, that's all I hear coming from the Gator girl, and it's really starting to annoy me. Olivia, it isn't that I don't care, because I do. I can't imagine living life like that, like I said before. And I'm not going to insult your intelligence by pretending I know what you're going through, because I don't. And I'm sorry you have to deal with all that nonsense from people who just want to feel good about themselves at your expense. But what about me? What about you? Something in me snaps. Did she really just say that? As soon as she says it, though, I can see she's regretting it. In fairness to her, it wasn't as though she said it as if it didn't matter. It was that for a moment she pushed me to the periphery of her world until she'd forgotten what she had done at my expense. Even so, it aggravates me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I inhale, taking a moment to collect my thoughts. Her predatory eyes have a fearful look to them, as though she, beast of prey that she was, were suddenly in the presence of a bigger predator. It's almost comical how surreal it looks, considering she could easily maul me. I gave a frustrated sigh. Olivia, you used me. You said so yourself. That was before I got to know you. So it's only okay when you don't know me? She grimaces from the observation. Olivia, I have always respected how candid you are. So when you say that I come off as pretentious, as a pretentious, self-centered midwit who only cares about his image, well, I can't say I like hearing it, but I know there's probably more truth to it than I'd like to admit. And if that's really your honest assessment of me, then fair enough. I accept it. She shakes her head, opening her mouth and inhaling it as though to take it back. I hold up my hand. And I'm sorry you have to live with disingenuous phonies who offer you their pity to feel good about themselves. I don't like people like that either, and now I'm worried I'm more like them than I'd like to admit. But I swear if I could, I'd make them see your art the way I see it. The way I saw it for the first time when I saw your picture and marveled at how beautiful it was. I have to fight to keep my voice steady, because I really mean it, and knowing the creator of such beautiful worlds has exploited me like this fills me with a bitterness I've never felt before. But you used me. Whether I'm a dumb midwit or not doesn't matter. I don't like being used, especially as a proxy for someone else's vicarious self-gratification. If she can make uncomfortable observations about my character, then so can I. What about my art? What about my agency? I was really looking forward to the results of the contest. I thought maybe I could win. But even if I didn't win, I could still hold my head high knowing that I had tried my best and use that as a metric for improvement. Now I don't get to have either of those things because you denied me my agency. How are you any different than they? She falls into my chest, clutching at me and crying once more. My growing anger is replaced with sympathy for the sobbing Gator girl whose face is buried in my chest. I try to comfort her by placing my hands on her back. Her lungs heaved beneath my palms, which were caressing her purple hoodie that I always found adorable. This creature who frightened me sometimes with her sharp fangs, dagger-like claws, and powerful tail was now at my mercy, and I didn't know how to console her. Danko, you must hate me. I don't hate you, but I hate what you've done. She shakes her head. I hate me. I hate me because I'm just like him. Him who? She looks up. Ben. She says the name like an obscenity. What does he have to do with this? She closes her hands into fists, threatening to rip my jacket. Everything! I'm incredulous as to what the friendly parasaur who had been my first real friend had done to earn so much ire from her, but I'm curious. What happened? Relaxing her grip but still clutching me for comfort, she sniffs back tears in a wet, mucusy sound that makes her voice raspier. Not really, but I owe it to you. Ben and I used to be friends, even back before high school. He was cool back then, before he became a stuck-up, preppy shithead with a stick up his ass. He didn't see me as a crippled, wheelchair-bound girl. He saw me as an individual. I nod. He didn't see me as a token human student either. Pinged. I don't care. Yeah, he seems cool at first, but he's full of shit as the rest of them. Worse even. What'd he do? In our freshman year, he was a secretary to the student council. Readjust, tailbone is screaming. I suppose to him it was a rung on the ladder to eventually becoming a president of the student council. I had drawn Dreamscape for the art contest. I was getting praise for it left and right. I felt good about myself for the first time since I was old enough to start feeling self-conscious. My art that I had worked so hard to improve at, that I put my heart and soul into all summer, was being recognized for what it was. At least, that's what I thought. I later found out that Ben had written a glowing article about me in the student newspaper talking about the differently abled yet talented poor girl in the wheelchair with a heart of gold and a soul too pure for this world. Overcome by determination alone. She says the last part with disgust. Before I know it, my piece wins by a landslide, and I'm handed all this praise and notoriety that felt unearned. I felt sick to my stomach with guilt. But you didn't make Ben write that article, and it really is a beautiful piece. To you, perhaps, and I'm glad for you. And I'm glad for you for that. But to me, it's a constant, ugly reminder that I'm practically fused to that fucking chair. Worse still is knowing that there could have been someone more deserving than I. That would haunt me. And it does, and I hate Ben for it because it's like he wronged two people. And you know what he told me? He said if I ever wanted to succeed in life, I would have to take advantage of other people's pity. Just as he himself took advantage of me to climb the social ladders by claiming to be friends with the talented cripple girl. He outright admitted that to me. I was just a meal ticket he helped for his own advantage, and he justified it by saying it was to my advantage as well, a safety net. I blink in horror, understanding now why she feels so much disdain towards him. I didn't know that. That's a horrible thing to say. The green-scaled girl looks up at me, vindication in her eyes. It is, isn't it? I'm sorry to say this, but I probably would have agreed with Ben, at least somewhat, earlier this year about taking advantage of your condition. In fact, I recall saying as much to you at lunch a few days ago, and you were rightly upset with me. And for that, I apologize. I doubt I could ever fully understand what you go through. Well, you at least make an attempt, which is more I can say for everyone else. You're better than me. I'm not better than anyone. Still, what could I ever do to make it up to you for taking advantage of you the way Ben took advantage of me? Well, that's a start at least. Olivia, if you want to make it up not just to me but yourself, you have to go and tell the principal what you've done. No, Winko, please. The transformation is sudden enough to startle me. One moment she had been calm enough to stop crying, and was uncomfortably close to me. Now she's wailing again, her voice panic-stricken. I just can't. Please don't make me. The annoyance I felt before returns with compound interest. Why? Because it would be the end for me. It isn't just that I hacked the school's website and swapped your submission. It's that I already won once before and am ineligible to enter again. That was a tongue twister. My winning submission was featured in Volcadera Monthly. All the accolades would be rescinded, and with that on my record, I'd lose any chance I might have at scholarship. I'd be doomed to nothing. I'd lose my one chance at doing the only thing that's ever made me feel alive, but for a living. I want to paint, but not if it means working in a call center for the rest of my life, spending meager earnings on art supplies while my ass gets fatter. Oh boy. I'm drinking. I'm drinking from that one. I think that one was edited, I think that was added in a rewrite. What's happening with chat? The Gator will not get a redemption arc. An upsitting artist, Olivia. Oh God. Anyways, my head is pounding. I feel a mixture of anger and pity for the Gator girl, whom I'm now seeing as very foolish. Olivia, I'm sorry, but you really should have thought that before you made the switch. I know, I wasn't thinking. Yeah, no shit. I'm shocked at the language that had come out of my mouth seemingly of its own will. Olivia looks shocked too. I apologize. And what's more, it'll ruin you too. How? Because it will look like you were complicit, like you were working with me to commit fraud. I clutch my head in frustration, fighting off a wave of panic. There's that word again, echoing in my head like a death knell. Dooming my own prospects of being a big shot social media influencer one day. I'd be the subject of gossip even before I had a chance. Whatever career prospect I had would be tarnished from the get-go. For God's sakes. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Olivia, just give me a moment to think, please. She's quiet now. I take the moment to calm down. Alright. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to forget this whole thing happened. I already told Ben it wasn't my submission. He's already informing the principal of the mishap, but as far as anyone else knows, you didn't have a hand in it, and neither did I. It looked like some sort of error, or some other culprit trying to mess with me. We don't need to tell anyone. She breathes a sigh of relief. Thank you, I owe you one. I don't know how to repay you. At least that prick Ben turned out to be useful for something, even if all of this was really his fault in the first place. I find her accusations of Ben being the true culprit dubious at best. How is this his fault? She looks at me with a defiant indignation as though I had dared to ask such a thing. Because he made me this way. I'm too spent to debate the matter. If anything, her wanting to offload her own guilt has made up my mind to the other thing I was considering. But I wasn't sure if I wanted. I guess. Listen, as for owing me anything, forget about it. I'm tired and hungry. I'm cold, wet, and exhausted. Hell, I don't even care about the damn contest anymore. I just want to forget this happened. I raise my head to lock eyes with her again. And I want to forget you. Olivia's eyes widen in horror. There's a low growl of thunder in the distance. What? If I had known this was going to happen, I wouldn't have bothered trying to be your friend. I would have just ignored you, like you tried to ignore me. Her face, like her ripped art on the ground, seems to have dissolved in the rain. No longer are her eyes full of fear or panic. There's only despair. I shake my head slowly. There's a feeling of shame, and part of me wants to take back what I just said. Then I remember an old saying, the kind you don't even remember where you've heard it. In for a penny, in for a pound. I've already made my decision. The least I can do is not act on it out of bitterness, but rational indifference. And I see a sight which makes me think for a moment I'm hallucinating. Given the immense stress I'm under, it wouldn't surprise me. A rat crawled out of Olivia's hoodie pocket. It begins pawing at her like a small puppy. Seeing the rat, Olivia smiles. A forced-looking smile, but a smile nonetheless. She cradled the tiny creature lovingly. Noticing me, she smiles wider. This is Guts. Sometimes I bring him with me when I need him. Olivia, I'm going to get your wheelchair, and then I'm going to take you back to school. After that, we're done. She hangs her head in a look of resignation. Brutal. Brutal broski. Ben's to blame for everything. Ben sold Raptor Jesus out to the Romans. I don't think McKnight is a Rhinorexus name. Ugh. I don't want to play with you anymore. Ben was on Epstein Island. Oh no. Her chest still heaves from the effort of holding in her sobs. Like I told her I would, I retrieve her wheelchair and then push her back. She's sheltering under my umbrella, which she holds like a protective barrier from both the rain and prying eyes. To push her in her wheelchair was something I had imagined doing, and the thought once brought a flush to my face. But I feel hollow. I can't quite tell if I don't care, if I don't want to care, and wrestling with the conundrum saps the last of my interest I have in anything. Her whimpers become less frequent until there's only the sound of rain in my wet footsteps. Though the school is familiar, I have a sensation of crossing into an uncharted frontier. Things would be different from now on. Once in the school, I'm aware of the many saurian eyes on us. I tune them out and find a discreet place in an unused classroom. There's a feeling of dread finality when I let go of her handlebars. I turn away, her hand reaches out to grab my right forearm with surprising force, as though she could break it if she wanted to. Inko, please, I'm sorry. Her voice is full of desperation. I say nothing. Your umbrella, here. Keep it. Inko, why? Why are you doing this? My voice comes out deeper than normal. You took my agency, and I don't appreciate being used. Of all people, you ought to understand. I jerk my arm away, and she lets go reluctantly. I hear her say one final thing. Oh God, what have I done? Rational indifference, Inko. Rational indifference. The rest of the day proceeds as normal, only I go about all my actions with robotic detachment. I buy a candy bar with peanuts to compensate for the missed lunch, but I barely taste it. It only numbs the hunger enough so it doesn't bother me, but I don't doubt I could have eaten a full meal anyway. When the final bell of the day chimes, it comes as more of a relief than usual, even for a half day. I trudge down the hall, still with the same robotic movements, and then a dread voice broke me out of my trance. Hey, Skinny. My heart sinks, I remain stoic, and continue at the same pace as before. What do you want, Mia? I want to do some crack cocaine and go. I'm never gonna let that one be lived down. To be honest, I was looking to bust your balls a little, but it looks like someone's already gone and done that for me. So much for a stoic facade if she can tell I'm in a bad mood. Sorry to disappoint you. So what's bothering you? What do you care? I don't, but I'm bored. When I make her accent, aware that I'm foolishly risking a reprisal of some kind, like a punch in the mouth, but too frustrated to care. Well, too bad, because I ain't saying nothing. You also ain't riding with your girlfriend's luxury personal elevator today, neither. I can't contain my sigh of frustration. She's not my girlfriend. I blurted out before I can think better of it. Oh, sorry, I should have known old Crococunt was keeping you corralled in the friend zone. I once at the cruel appellation? Sorry again, was it friend zone or Crococunt? She's not my friend. So that's what's bothering you, I should have guessed. You two have been following each other around like lovesick puppies for the past few weeks. Now today you ain't. I shrug in a feeble attempt at indifference. It is what it is. What it is she's got one less rattle in her crib. I guess. I'm guessing maybe you got tired of her self-pity shtick. Anyway, always with the woe is me, nobody understands me because I'm a crippled and an idiot savant. Help me out here, Skinny. Help me out here, Skinny. Am I close enough without going over the mark? To be perfectly honest with you, Mia, I looked the vicious red parasaur in her eyes. That's pretty much sums it up. Final Fantasy VIII music. That's the way Ben describes it too. He writes one of his little articles about her forever ago, and so she decides to hold a grudge for it for the rest of her miserable life. Going behind her back and writing that, though, he should have asked her first. Oh, so she actually told you? Yeah. Saves me the trouble of explaining. Well, even if you're right, she should get over it already. My Benny Boo practically lives in her head rent-free. That's why she's always doing some passive-aggressive shit to him. Gee, poor Benny Boo. I run out of things to say, but it doesn't stop Mia from walking beside me. I feel an aching guilt for saying these things about Olivia, but I struggle to not feel it. All I want is her out of my life. Hey, Inko, let me ask you something. Why do some skinnies like you go for us dino girls? You think we're sexier or something? I couldn't tell you how other humans feel. I try to judge by character alone. So what you're saying is her character no longer passes muster in your book. It surprises me how much it hurts to hear her of all people say that, but that was essentially the truth of the matter. Boy, you're really wound up about your breakup, aren't you? Stop acting like you can read me. Mia steps in front of me and I'm stopped in my tracks. Let me explain something to you, Skinny. Maybe you got book smarts, but I got more street smarts than you. And I can read your mind like an open book. I sigh in frustration. Just how were bullies like her so damn good at that? Hey, would you at least tell me you were the one to initiate the breakup? I stare into her predatory eyes. Yes. She claps me on the back. Good for you. Why should you carry her emotional baggage? Apropos her being made of suitable luggage material. I shrug and resume my walk. She walks beside me, but she's not saying anything this time. After an awkward moment, I'm the one to break the silence. So you believe me? Believe you what? That I broke up with her or whatever. No, of course I do. But I don't need to ask or even read your face to know. I could tell already. I just wanted to hear you say it. How could you tell? Because Hot Wheels is the type to hold on for dear life when she actually manages to find someone to pamper her emotionally. But she's so introverted, she talks to nobody except for Idek and Damien and sometimes Liz. Exactly. Because she's terrified of rejection, so her finding you was like the equivalent of a guy dying of thirst finding a full glass of water in the desert. I don't even realize I've stopped in my tracks until Mia is several feet away. Oh, Skinny, don't tell me you're having second thoughts. I can't find any words, either for her or myself. I simply balk under the gravity of her observation. Hey, let me tell you something, and for once I ain't trying to be cruel to you. I'm a bitch. Not that I wouldn't break your fucking arm for calling me one. But I'm at least a self-aware bitch. That green bitch, though, just uses pity to coast through life. Don't let her control you, Inko. Not now when you're free. I still don't have any words to say. Mia doesn't seem to mind, though. She just smiles, a smile that looks sympathetic, and puts a hand on my shoulder. You'll be fine, kid. You got Moxie. I don't know what Moxie is, or even if I want it. All I know is I'm relieved when she finally loses interest and walks away. Oh boy. Ben wanted 6 million pizzas, but the restaurant only had 4 ovens. Oh no, math. Everyone's still talking about Ben. Get him out of here. What happened? Had to switch accounts to say this. Ben is a good guy. Of course Mr. Jiggles would say that. He's a contrarian. For no reason at all. But everything else she said sticks with me, and I begin contemplating things I never would have before thought possible. Things I know I shouldn't even consider. Thank Raptor Jesus it's Friday. It's the weekend, and I'm wishing I had a family barbecue with dinosaurs to attend. I'm in my room, sitting on a small sofa, my feet propped up, my laptop resting on my legs, and a soda in my hand. Ordinarily, this was something I would have looked forward to after the end of another school week, but I'm bored out of my mind. The laptop is running U-Snoot, and I'm trying to zone out to a speedrun I remember watching live many years ago. Some people in the small audience are singing along to an a cappella rendition of one of the game's themes, and I'm idly bopping my head to it. That is until I feel silly. In a moment of self-consciousness, I click off the video, wondering why I'm watching in the first place. I don't even play video games, but that didn't stop me from feeling vicarious satisfaction at watching others play them. Is that why you guys watch me? Ugh. There's also a parasocial aspect of feeling like I was in the room with them. As pathetic as that sounds. With a sigh of despair, I close the laptop, set aside the half-drunk can of soda, and stand up. Before I realize it, I'm already halfway out the door. I don't even know where I want to go. I just know I need to get out of the house. Bizarro. My boy Jiggles likes triggers and covers Mia. Bro is the stalest piece of bread in this chat, that's true. But at least he donates, so we tolerate his opinions. Or at least I do. The chat can be piranhas. I don't care. Nice sky. The gated community my parents and I lived in is something of a human enclave in the dino-dominated Volcadero Bluffs. Not a scale, feather, wing, or horn in sight. It's Humi Central, for rich Humies at least. I hadn't yet been to Skin Row, where lower-class humans lived, and I'd been told to avoid that place like the plague. It's a pleasant evening, and some people are out and about, either jogging, bicycling, or even sitting on their front lawns. All I want is to follow wherever my feet lead me, and hope my thoughts will clear themselves. At the very least, I want to walk until I'm too tired to care or think about anything. Actually, I feel like that right now. I could go for a walk. While passing by one house, I noticed their dog laying on the grass. She's a German Shepherd and is panting lightly from the residual heat of what had been a warm fall afternoon, which itself has been a small mercy between all the rain. She notices my presence and begins to trot towards me. I smile at first because I like dogs and interacting with them is easy. But I'm surprised when her demeanor changes as she approaches, as though noticing something about me she doesn't like. She bares her fangs in a growl, and I stand there wondering if I had inadvertently done something to provoke her. My brief joy is replaced with annoyance and feeling of resignation. Normally I would have backed away carefully, but I'm too bitter inside to do anything but stare her down. Well, if you're going to bite me, then bite me. Your owners would have a hell of a problem with the HOA, though. And probably my parents if they decide to sue. She turns away from me with a whimper, tail between her legs. It's probably just because I had stood my ground and refused to back down. What was the saying? All bark and no bite? Maybe dealing with dinosaurs has desensitized me to other potential dangers. All I know is I feel lonelier than before when the creature slinks away. Back home again. Can we stop with, like... why are we still talking about Ben? Chat is just on its own world right now. Returning home, it's with the sense that I've only procrastinated dealing with a problem, only my room is still clean and all of my homework is done. There's nothing to do. I'm still bored. And the problem is made worse with the realization that I'm also lonely. I feel that too. I can't engage with chat. Chat's in their own world. But no, I didn't want to do that. And of course, there's no rewinding, so I'll have to go back and read. I want a Gator girl to talk to so she can tell me when I'm being silly, or give her the occasional grudging compliment, or smile at my jokes in a way that made her face light up. Then a dread surmise washes over me. I didn't just want her, I wanted to want her. I recall other moments when I had felt lonely and anxious to get back to school. And simply thinking about her and anticipating seeing her again helped ease that anxiety. I've been trying so hard not to think of her all day that allowing my thoughts of her to come unbidden came as a relief, like exhaling when holding one's breath for too long. Would she be angry at me for callously leaving her like that? Or would her face beam with joy at the sight of me? I'm surprised when a flush of anger washes over me, as though she had been there all along. Perched in her wheelchair and waiting for the moment when I realized I was wrong, just so she could lean forward with that smug expression and rub it in my face. No, not after what she had done. Let's talk about Naomi instead. This is why I can't interact with chat. There's going to be a point where, like, I'm just not going to have to interact with chat at all. I'm just going to mute it. I might even have to block chat from, like not, like, from just talking, but, like, mute it from, like, the live stream here. No more chat interactions on stream. I don't know. It's just so off topic. Oh. And I recall how hurt she looked in the rain. Monday. Oh, yeah, there's like 5 days that go on here. First period, physical education. I never would have guessed that I would look forward to PE, now that I'm endured in school gym clothes and actually happy to be bellowed at by Coach Solly, who I know by now only barks at us because of how enthusiastic he wants to see his cadets progress in their basic training. Listen up, sweethearts, it's basketball time. My sacred gym floor can bounce the ball back. But if God wanted to bounce back into your hand, he'd have a miracle of some basic hand-eye coordination into your heads. Now let's get started with warm-up drills. He blows his whistle furiously and we start with basic dribbling exercises. We alternate dribbling with our right hand, then our left, and back and forth. I'm getting into it when I have a sudden thought. Next period is AP Art. She'll be there. The ball slips past my fingers on the bounce upwardly, and I only manage to catch it with both hands before it can get away. Come on, Shades, focus! Yes, sir. I renew my efforts and am able to guide the ball without any further attempts by it to escape. Alright, sweethearts, any numbnuts can play solitaire with a ball, but basketball is a team sport. Now pair up and practice passing drills. Damien runs up to me, pink frills extended. To see him come up to me eagerly fills me with a sorely missed feeling of camaraderie. We begin passing drills, alternating from direct passes to bouncing passes. You have a good weekend, Dinky? Not really, if I'm being honest. Oh, sorry to hear that. What'd you do? Nothing. One of those weekends, huh? Yeah, I didn't do anything either, except play video games with Vinny. At least you have a brother to play games with. I'm surprised at the touch of bitterness in my voice. Damien doesn't seem to notice, though, or maybe he's ignoring it. Oh yeah, I forgot you're an only child. Yeah. I'm just glad to be back at school, where it's less boring. Right? Never a dull moment around here. Alright, Cupcakes, there's no Y in team. Just as there's no player class called me. And no team is complete without a mission, which is to beat the other team mercilessly. And because we're scrambling the usual teams today, you will now face off against your comrades who you will show no mercy. Oh shoot, looks like we gotta play against each other. Don't think I'm gonna go easy on you just because we're buddies, Inky. No, of course not. I'd be offended if you did. And Solly'd be pissed. We go to our respective sides and take place with our teams. Mia stands next to me. You feeling any better, Skinny? I shrug. Yeah, I guess so. Not still thinking of her. Why would I? Good. Now don't slow me down out there. 40 minutes later, and I was more exhausted than I had been since my first week. It was all I could do to keep up with Mia, who didn't seem to lose any stamina. She seemed to be relying on me more than our other teammates to pass her the ball, which she would lose with deft fingers and elegant jump shots. Her body moving backwards gracefully as she flicked the ball with her right hand in the opposite direction, pigtails trailing after. She had managed to score 5 3-point shots, and in the last minute, to my surprise, she had passed the ball to me. Not that we needed to score any more points as we were up by 12, but I took the shot anyway, lost in the heat of the game, my mind thinking of nothing else. To my surprise and elation, the ball managed to go in, caught by the net with a whoosh, and putting us up by another 3 points. A voice from our team called out, "Alright, that's cool." Great work, maggots. Now hit the showers. Solly shot me the biggest grin I had yet seen from him. I'm not taking that call. Sorry. I'm streaming and she's probably drunk. I am not talking to my mom when she's drunk. I'm sorry. Ugh. Shouldn't be throwing that baggage onto chat, but goddamn. I stand there panting heavily, fatigued for almost to the point of passing out, but also bursting with pride. Mia saunters up to me and says 2 simple words. Not bad. Not bad, huh? That was practically a compliment coming from her. I guess I'll take it. I set out for the boys' locker room and Damien falls in step beside me. Wow, you kicked my ass, Inky. Well, Mia did most of the work. Nah, that was all you. Everybody on that team was in it for themselves. We were supporting them all, though. You think so? I know so, dude. Solly said it was a team sport. You were playing with a team mindset. I think my mindset was not pissing off Mia. I guess that would scare me too. That chick is crazy. True, but she also has a one-track mind. You just gotta tell her what she wants to hear. God, dear God, Inko is ballin'. Oh no. Damien and I wave each other off. See you at lunch. I set off, my feet carrying me to my next class, which I remember is AP Art. My step slows. I enter the class and she's already there at her accustomed spot. She practically looms like a monolith in my periphery, her signature purple hoodie dominating my sight, even without looking directly at her. I take my seat next to her and focus on the teacher's desk in front of me. I can hear her breathing. The tension mounts until it becomes unbearable. Hi, Inko. Alright, we'll get the... Fuck, what did I... Oh, this is Estrus season, I believe. And then we have the... one mod. Oh, this is all the way back here. Yeah, we got purple stuff. I don't know if these will be compatible with the next update of purple stuff. What is this from? Where did I have this one from? I almost want to click it, but I know it's a mod and nothing would come from it, so... I didn't want to put it there. I wanted to put it here. Talk to her. We'll get one of the endings out of the way. It's too hard not to talk to her. I missed her so much over the weekend, and all I wanted was to tell her I'm sorry for abandoning her in the empty classroom. I turned to her, and she's looking back with that same fearful look. All my thoughts cluster around my mouth and fall out in a guttural sound. Oh! Olivia's eyes widen as if I said something profound. The sight makes me laugh. Her face scrunches up in hurt, and she pulls her hoodie over her head. Olivia, no, I wasn't laughing at you, I swear. She peeks a solitary yellow eye through her hoodie. Come on, just take it slow, you jackass. Start with small talk and work from there. How was your weekend? I drew pictures. Oh yeah? She's smiling now. Yeah, how was your weekend? I grimace. Pretty boring, actually. I did nothing. Knowing you were probably watching Let's Plays. I shrug in embarrassment. I tried watching some speedruns, then I got bored. She shoots me a withering gaze that makes me burn from self-consciousness. I considered watching one video, but decided it looked too juvenile. Well, that's like half of what's on the internet. What was the video? My face burned. Just something on how some jelly bean mouth cartoon I used to like was a heckin' wholesome masterpiece or some crap. She glares in disgust. You actually watched that cartoon reviewer shit? Someone's dog's barking up a shitstorm. Not anymore. I'm sick of that garbage like that. I subbed from a bunch of those Snoop channels. You need to start watching anime, and I don't even use that Janie Rudden website anymore. My comments keep getting shadow banned after too many instances of me posting the "You will never be a real dinosaur" copy pasta. She lets out a raspy chuckle. I derive nourishment from their cope and seethe. Well, you do you. Are you still mad? I'm not mad, but I am disappointed. I was afraid you meant it when you said you wanted to forget me. I decided to be honest with her. I had seriously considered it. I was angry that day. I don't blame you. I'm sorry, Olivia. She stares at me, eyes wide. For what? Or... I don't know, I'm just sorry the whole thing happened. And I'm sorry I said I wanted to forget you. You escorted me back, though. You gave me your umbrella. Why is my phone going off? I know I'm gonna have two voicemails. That's great. Wait, how did I... Oh god, someone gave me a gift sub on Twitch. It's probably for a shitty channel, too. That's what I get for clicking through Kiwi Farm links on the site. Looking at cringe channels. I gotta see which channel it was. I have no idea who that is. Oh well. You escorted me back, though, and you gave me your umbrella. Speaking of which, she pulls out the compact umbrella and a folded up piece of paper and hands them over. Another doodle? The Gator girl is blushing as I begin to unfold it. It's my way of saying thanks, not just for the umbrella, but for making me realize just how much of a selfish asshole I was being. I know it's not much. My last words made me think of a love song my parents used to listen to. I fold it, noticing that Olivia's blushing harder now. When I look, I can't help but laugh, though not at it, but because of it. It was a very flattering depiction of yours truly, after all. I'm drawn like some kind of superhero from one of her animes. A monster lays defeated behind me, and my umbrella is strapped to my shoulder to shield me from the rain. And I'm holding her in my arms. I turn to Olivia, umbrella back in my hand, and grin at her. She's smiling back and still blushing furiously. I pop open the umbrella and she smiles wider. Mr. Nito, what do you think you're doing? Olivia and I freeze. Mr. Edekin walks over, a stern expression on his face. I stammer out an apology, though I'm not sure what, if anything, I could have done wrong. I'm sorry, Mr. Edekin, sir. As well you should be. He takes the umbrella and collapses it. Do you have any idea how much bad luck you just brought down on this class? He hands the umbrella back, and then his eyes caught Olivia's picture. Picking it up and examining it, he smiles warmly. He hands it back and beams at the both of us. I'm glad you two were able to work out whatever little problem you had last week. Wait, how did he know we had a problem? He leans over us. I'd like to talk to you both after school. We have something important to discuss. Olivia and I wait for everyone else to file out before leaving. Sure that we're alone, we talk freely with each other outside the classroom. What do you think he wants to talk to us about? Don't know, but it seems like he's aware something happened between us. Do you think we're in trouble? Nah. Ninko? Yes. Do you forgive me? I have to consider her for a moment. I don't want to be mad at you, Olivia, and I don't want to hold a grudge. But do you forgive me? I still don't know why you felt you had to do that in the first place. I told you. I wanted to hear genuine appraisal of my art. I know that. It just seems strange for you of all people to care that much about what your peers think. You always struck me as someone who's above that. Unlike me. Well, maybe it is. Well, maybe it's because I am above them. Why should I have peers? Most people are stupid, retarded, shallow cretins. And all they ever see of me is someone who should be pitied rather than envied. I swear, sometimes I feel like Andreas Ryan from BioRock. I'm surrounded by mediocre imbeciles who don't understand me. Or worse, they do understand me but want to sabotage me. Why should they get away with robbing me of what's rightfully mine? Why should they get to laugh at me when they don't come anywhere near my level? I could never hope to even with a rocket shoved up their ass. Fuck them. Fuck them all. She's sobbing now, her rage replaced with despair. It isn't fair, and I hate them for it. You say you hate them, but you still want their approval. Olivia, you can't control what other people think of you. Believe me, I know. I've been down that road more times than I can remember. Always living in constant paranoia of what people say about you behind your back. Where you stand on the social ladder in relation to everyone else. Always looking for shortcuts to social clout, whether it's a designer jacket or designer shades. At times, you feel like you'd do anything for their acceptance. And when you don't get it, it leaves you feeling empty and alone. I'm telling you now, Olivia, it's not worth it. Let it go. The Gator girl gazes up at me, regretful eyes swimming with tears, face pleading. She reaches for me. Say nothing, say I forgive you. So this is like two different endings, I guess. Ugh. Will I ever get comfy? I wouldn't forgive her. Oh, okay, Mr. Jiggles. A Snoop Bro chooses, a tourist obeys. What? What does that mean? Alright, we'll do the first ending. Oh, that's where it ends, yeah. Ending 1A, understanding. Rip. Say nothing. Oh, is that it, too? It doesn't matter? It doesn't... The illusion of choice. Was there something actually supposed to be for one of those? That's crazy. Alright. Ignore her. I pretend not to have heard her. This was just how it was going to have to be. Out of the corner of my eye, I can just barely see her expression melt. I couldn't help but get bitter satisfaction out of it. I focus on the lesson, and it seems that Aiken is paying more attention to myself and Olivia while trying not to show it. With any luck, he wouldn't ask if there was an issue between us, though I suppose sooner or later he will. The thought makes me roll my eyes in annoyance and worry, and I'm grateful that I wear prescription sunglasses. When class is finished, I quickly stuff my things inside my backpack, hoping my haste would be enough of a telegraph for Olivia to leave me the hell alone. I think I hear her make a noise as though she's attempting to say something. I turn my back to her and leave. Getting blue-pilled hard, or blue-balled hard. Choice 3. This is called I Won't Forgive That Gator for a reason. But all endings... Doesn't all endings, like, eventually have forgiveness? I think he rewrote one of the endings to be more ambiguous. It's lunch, and as usual, I'm having to navigate a throng of hungry dinos. To my surprise, Mia comes up to me. Hey, Inko. Oh, Mia, what's up? Though I still wasn't fond of her, Mia being cordial with me was certainly a nice change of pace. Not much. You finally catch your breath after that game? Pretty much. That was pretty intense. And you're still a free man, I assume? You assume correctly. I'm still done with her. That's good. I was afraid you'd be all talk and start missing her or something. You don't need to simp for that green bitch. I still don't like hearing nasty things being said about Olivia, but I tell myself I have to get used to it. No, I really don't. Hey, can I tell you something? And keep it between us two. Sure, what is it? Sometimes I regret being born a herbivore, having to eat fruits and salad and all that. Because if I had been born a carnivore, I swear, I would have eaten her already. The fuck? Okay. What, you think that's weird? A little, if I'm being honest. You think I ain't got what it takes to be a predator? Her tone is calm, but the look in her eyes is dangerous. Mia, whether herbivore or carnivore, I can safely say that you are already the single biggest predator in St. Hammond. Well, an actual compliment? I'm flattered, Inko. I didn't necessarily mean it as a compliment. Well, then how about I necessarily take it as one? Yeah, I'm a vicious predator, and right now I got a taste for something green. so a salad? Yeah, a salad garnished with a baryonyx tail. This is getting too weird for me. Well, if you'll excuse me, the omnivore line beckons. Lucky. See you around, Minko. And remember, you're free. I grab my lunch and extricate myself from the froth of tails and scales. Just what the hell was that about anyway? It's a relief to sit at the usual table, or at least it would be without her sulking in her usual spot. Again, I avoid direct eye contact, seeing her only out of my periphery. She looks up at my presence, but says nothing. Fine by me. I sit next to Damien. Yo, Winky, you got any more sodas today? Sorry, Damien, I'm late on allowance money this week, so no sodas until further notice. Ah, bummer. First world problems, am I right? He then sets to devouring his meat with his usual atavistic enthusiasm, not even bothering with cutlery. Oh no, he's Indian! Liz looks a little revolted by the sight. And just so you know, it's not like you have to get stuff for us all the time. It's just very generous of you before, but you're not obligated. Oh, I know, Damien, and I appreciate it. We then made small talk with Liz occasionally injecting from her usual perch. Thankfully, Damien either doesn't notice that I'm still not sitting next to Olivia or doesn't care. Olivia herself remains quiet and picks at her own carnivore lunch. Hey Olivia, how come you're so quiet today? She shrugs and grunts. Damien has a look of annoyance on his face as if to say, Great, so we're back to this? He unfolds one of his frills and turns to me for a secret meeting. Yo, Winky, what's up with Olivia? I'm not sure. She was quiet in art too. He scrutinizes me as though using some internal lie detector. I try to look as flummoxed as possible. Eventually, he turns back to his own lunch, but I notice his eyes dart between me and Olivia. Liz, I notice, is also scrutinizing Olivia and myself as though she can see the tension between us. I can feel the mucus starting. I'm not hydrated enough. Ugh. Forgive that Porco our face. 1 million quills heading your way as he rolls at you. What? What happened? Ugh. A few tables down, I can see Mia sitting with Ben, Lunara, and Kiara. She's watching Olivia intently while eating her own herbivore lunch. She's grinning as though she's gritting though it were all a dinner and a show. History is the usual boring affair, but at least I'm not sitting next to Olivia. Oh, is it this Miss Helford? Uh-oh. Compared to art, this should be easy. She didn't even notice me in this class earlier this year. Although, having to ignore her familiar frame, purple hoodie, green hair, a couple of feet in front of me could be awkward. Now, what am I worried about? It's not like my eyes aren't glazed over most of the time as I look forward and feign interest in Prockling's rambling. Here, let me sit up and not hurt my tailbone. Speaking of which, it's particularly boring today. Roman history seems a lot more interesting when watching independently made videos on Usnoot, but the way Prockling rattles off the names of different emperors is putting me to sleep. Halfway through, I've nearly forgotten there's even a Gator girl in front of me. Olivia looks over her shoulder at me. I pretend not to see her. Like earlier this year with our note-passing game, she flicks a note behind her when Prockling isn't looking. It lands on my desk, but bounces off. I make no move for it. While passing through the rows of desks, Miss Prockling notices the note and snatches it up. Is this yours, Mr. Nito? No, ma'am. Then whose is it? She's already turned in the direction of the most likely culprit. Miss Halford? Olivia replies weakly. It's mine. Miss Halford, I can be as accommodating as the next person, but not when it creates a disruption. Do I need to call in an airstrike from Sally? You would hit a cripple? Some of the students snicker cruelly. No. Further interruption will not be tolerated. Olivia's face scrunched up and her breathing hitched. Come on, Inko. Rational indifference. Don't feel sorry for her, but don't take pleasure in this either. Proclaim opened the note and inspected it. What's she looking at me like that for? Obviously, Olivia's note was for me, but what could have possibly been in it to make Proclaim look at me with such concern? She folds the note back up and puts it on her desk. Alright, to continue then. Hadrian's Wall was built to keep the Scotti and the Picts from invading southern Britannia, and this frontier would later become Scotland. The journey and lecture continues. Around 10 minutes later, Olivia leaves early, her face still etched with misery. Another 10 minutes pass, and the rest of the class begins to file out. I'm stopped by Miss Proclaim as I head for the door. Mr. Nito. Yes. She says nothing, but hands me Olivia's note. Why is she smiling like that? Outside the classroom, I hold Olivia's note. Part of me wants very badly to open it. Yet another part wants never to look at it and just get rid of it now. I decide to compromise by putting the note in my right front pants pocket. Surely there was no harm in that, right? In fact, it would be like walking around with a piece of her heart. Home again. Need another drink. I managed to get through Monday by what felt like the skin of my teeth. Just how long could I keep this up, though? The prospects of getting through the rest of the year, let alone the week, without any drama emerging from Olivia seems impossible. But maybe she would just gradually accept that I wanted nothing more to do with her. And in time, so would everyone else. Is that really such a big ask? What obligation was I under to pamper and coddle her? None. But then there was also the other thing I'm still considering. And it's with that thought I drift off into sleep. Inko? Inko, please help. Help me, please. Where's the key? I gave it to you. I don't have it. You do. Oh God, it's here. What's... It's Olivia's stomach. I didn't eat today, Inko. You're the only thing in here when we're trapped. I need to eat you, Inko. Inko. Gasp. What the hell was that? Tuesday. We were all standing at ease in gym while Solly was giving a short announcement. He paces back and forth like a marine drill instructor. Then a mysterious voice calls out. Is that you, John Wayne? Is this me? Who said that? Who the hell said that? Gulp. Who's the slimy little communist that just signed his own death warrant? Nobody, huh? The fairy godmother said it? Was it you, Shades? I said, sir, no, sir. Sir, I said it, sir. Well, no shit. What do we have here? A comedian? The two shake hands and banter a bit. Did you see the look on Shade's face? Oh, you got him good. Ah, never gets old. Speaking of whom, do you mind if I borrow Shades for a moment? Sure thing, Ike. Just be sure to bring him back in one piece. Oh, I will. My veins are still coursing with adrenaline and my voice comes out a little shaky. I didn't even know he and Solly were friends, or that they like to prank students like that. And instead of calling him by his first name, Trent, he called him Mike. This, like the one free dodgeball, must have been the yearly ritual for them. Mr. Eitikin, what's up? Sorry about that, Inko. Sometimes we can't help ourselves. But that's not why I'm here, obviously. So, what's up? How have you been lately? Okay, I guess. Why? You just seem out of it lately. Well, like how? Well, last Friday during photography, you had a serious look all class. You barely spoke to anyone, even Ben. I mean, it was Friday, and a short day to boot. I was pretty much checked out by that point now, and all I wanted was to go home. No offense, sir. Oh, none taken, believe me. I know how that is. But then yesterday, you looked the same as on Friday. Well, what can I say? Mondays. Plus, I haven't slept very well. I see. He looks at me for a tense moment, seeming to want to say something more. I maintain eye contact, determined not to look away. Inko, is there anything you'd like to tell me? Like what? Anything, really. Is something troubling you? No, not really. He eyes me up and down. His expression is one of both concern and suspicion. I see. If you do have anything you'd like to tell me, anything at all, consider me a confidential benefactor. And I promise I'll help in any way I can. Thank you, Mr. Eitikin. I'll keep that in mind if anything comes up. Wait, what happened? Elevortor. Oh god. Lunchtime again. Fortunately, everything leading up to lunch had gone smoother than yesterday. Olivia, much to my relief, didn't even try to talk me into art. She had a stoic expression and seemed to be ignoring me as much as I was ignoring her. Good. Once again, Mia comes up to me for some friendly banter. Yo, Inko, my Humi. Hey, Mia, still stuck with the herbivore lunch? Yeah, at least until they can make synthetic meat that don't taste like ass. So what was you and Ike talking about? Just some late classwork. Never figured you the type to slough classwork. It happens to the best of us. Sure it do. She winks at me in a sinister way. So I couldn't help noticing yesterday that you was still eating lunch with the inferiority complex on wheels. Well, I'm still friends with Damien and Liz. Yeah, that's very admirable and all. So consider this your lucky day. How would you like to eat at the cool kids table with me and the gang? I almost can't believe what I'm hearing. Mia, of all people, invited me to sit at her table. It was like I didn't get along with Kiara... Wait. It wasn't like I didn't get along with Kiara and Lunara, and Ben is still my friend. But Mia had always seemed like a massive roadblock towards any further headways with that clique. I have to clear my throat and speak calmly. Oh yeah? You want me to sit with you guys? Sure, we could use another dude over there to even things out. Benny Boo is the only thing keeping it from being a total clam fest. I cringe internally from that last sentence. Well, thanks for the offer, Mia. I'll consider it. What do you mean you'll consider it? What, my hospitality ain't good enough for you? I look her in the eyes and speak firmly. Mia, I do appreciate the offer, but I'm still friends with Damien and Liz. That much hasn't changed. Fine, whatever. Continue sitting with the losers if that's really your prerogative. But anytime you want to upgrade, head on over. Your seat will be waiting. That's very nice of... did I mention this offer is for a limited time only? You got until the end of the week to make up your mind. A winner's table. Or Hot Wheels' own personal daycare. I'll think about it. You do that. Now I'm gonna get a salad or some shit. I retrieve my omnivore lunch and find my way to the usual table. I slide in next to Damien and Liz. God, I suck at math. Liz, am I a dummy? Oh, I don't know, Damien. How would you feel if you didn't eat breakfast this morning? Oh no. Oh no. It's so funny because that's a 4chan shit poster thing when you got Liz also in purple stuff having to be explained what feed and seed is. So is Liz a shit poster or is she a normie? Or is this like a secret shit poster pretending to be a normie? I can't tell with Liz anymore, guys. But I already had breakfast. Liz is a normie. You haven't seen Purple Drink, though. In Purple Drink, she has to be, like, told what, Sneed is. She reads those 4chan reposters on Twitter. Liz wrote the green text. Seriously? Yes. Oh, hungry? Oh, here I thought Damien would totally flubbed it. You're not a dummy, Damien. I'm not? Phew, that's a relief. I still suck at math, though. That's okay, everyone has one subject they suck at. For instance, I'm not doing so good in science at the moment. All in Purple Drink, that could be fixed. What subject do you struggle with, Inko? I struggle to stay awake during history. And I'm not doing well in science. Right. I have to say, I'm enjoying English the most this semester. I've learned more from Mr. Mugen than any other English teacher. I can barely understand that guy half the time. You have to admit, though, for someone who speaks broken English, he understands its grammar far better than most who speak it natively. I like how Olivia's still fucking glaring. I don't know what everyone else complains about. I can understand him fine. Hey, Olivia, you alright? I'm fine. Oh shit, I didn't even notice Olivia looked so angry. Are you sure? You've been out of it for the past few days. She gives a non-committal grunt. Uh-oh. To my surprise, she goes to Mia's table and glowers at Ben, who only looks back at her quizzically. Oh god, not this again. Inko, you gotta tell me what's with Olivia lately. I don't know how to answer him. I just stare back, dumbstruck. Fuck do you want already? After Jesus, Mia has a set of lungs on her. That's right, scram the fuck out of here, you dumb green cunt. Damn you, Mia. Damien is growling and his mouth is foaming with acid spittle. I've never seen him like that before. Olivia, what was that about? Do you still hold a grudge against Ben? No, he didn't do anything. It's all me. What do you mean? Her gaze shifts in my direction. She opens her mouth to speak. I have to use the bathroom. I announce more loudly than necessary. What now? I suddenly have a stomach ache. Could be diarrhea. I know how that feels. The pink dino rolls his eyes. Okay, bro. Remember to give everyone else a courtesy flush. I take refuge in the men's room for the rest of the lunch period. At one point, I dare to peek outside at her table. Olivia's still there, and it looks like she's talking to Damien and even Liz. I go back inside and put my back against the wall, head rolling backwards in frustration, my scalp making contact with the cool porcelain tiles. Now they would know something was going on between Olivia and I. What was she telling them? Damn it. Sanctuary. The rest of the school day had gone easily enough, fortunately. Olivia ignored me in history, and Proclaim may as well have forgotten that day before. Though thinking about it, the thought of Olivia herself ignoring me causes a piercing ache in my chest. But why? Isn't that what I want? I'm getting really mucusy. Not much I can do about it. Got a half hour more trudging through. Ugh. Ben! He's schizoing. Ben schizoing! He's going full sociopath. You can see it's futile. She knows I was right. Otherwise, she wouldn't have done the same to you. But you, like her, had to get hung up on delusions of agency and free will. As if such things actually exist. What's the matter? Feeling empty? Alone? You get used to it. In time, it becomes another method of control. Oh, yeah, that was never used in the game. That is a funny sprite. I knew we were alike from the first moment we met. You were alone, afraid, powerless. But you weren't blind to the nature of the world. I could tell from your clothes and how you obviously prided yourself on them. You have limitless potential, so why waste it on these feelings? Feelings are for those who get exploited. Oh, you really still have feelings for her? Fair enough. I don't think I'm trying to pressure you into making any particular decisions one way or another. It's just that, well... Do you believe you can have it both ways forever? Lover, hater. You and I both know that either way. You want power over her. Go away, Ben. I'm trying to sleep. I didn't want you in my dream anyway. Spectre Ben. Miss Ahmad, yeah. Going into dreams like Freddy Krueger. Oh god. I'm not reading that one. Ben without meds be like, true. Gotta drink water. I got, what is it? The electrolyte flavor mix. It still can't catch up with how, like, snotted my nose is right now. I didn't normally keep dream journals, but after that last one, I felt I had to write it down. Every detail I could remember, I put to paper. Even the details that didn't make sense. Like the dish of sugar-free candies next to Ben, or my melted DSLR next to me. And the more I tried to recall, the more the dream slipped away from me. It happens every time. And trying to remember as much as what Ben had told me, I found myself disturbed. The Ben in my dreams didn't seem at all like the Ben I knew. Yet something told me that was how Ben actually was. And his last message to me, thinking about it makes me feel the same way as when Olivia told me those things about myself in the rain. Sugar-free candy, melted DSLR, ending 1. Gotta hit the double for your sake with the hydration. Yeah, but if I drink too many of these electrolyte drink mixes, I don't want to like get diabetes because it's like so much sugar. And if I go for sugar-free shit, then I'm just trading one bad thing for another. Sugar-free just makes me feel lethargic and wanting to die. Wednesday. Just another day of PE. Things are winding down and we're going over our respective locker rooms. Then Mia smacks me on my ass. Dude, you should report her for sexual harassment. I should, but I want to go play that movie night with Mia mod. Would it even get taken seriously? Of course it will. I'll back you up, man. I saw the whole thing. Yeah, but I don't know. What don't you know? It doesn't matter who smacked who on the ass or what their sex. That's just wrong. Not to fight the urge to tell him it's who smacked whom. Was I really worrying about grammar of all things now? It's just that guy complimenting... Wait. It's just that a guy complaining about sexual harassment seems so milquetoast. For fuck's sake, Cinco, stop worrying about what your peers think. Are you really going to let her get away with that? What difference does it make? When has it ever stopped her in the past? Alright, man. AP Art. As usual, I'm ignoring Olivia, and she isn't making any attempts to engage me. Foreshadowing. The Hoshin verse is real. I know, right? What if this is like canon to movie night with Mia? That'd be interesting. Something seems far off. Something seems off this time. She seems a bit fidgety in my periphery. Oh no. Hammering intensifies when I realize, as though by seeing the future or some kind of psychic link, that she was going to try something during lunch. Why? Why couldn't she just leave me alone? I feel as though I'm being dragged towards something, and one half of me feels giddy enough with anticipation to want to get it over with now and talk to her, and the other half wants me to continue doubling down on my obstinacy? I'm retarded. That's all I know. Lunch. I sat down with a feeling of dread. Sure, that something was going to happen. Then right on cue. Oh, hey, Inky, before we meet, do you mind if we talk in private? Oh, sure, what about? Oh, you know, just a little guy talk. Mano a mano. Sorry, Liz. Olivia, no girls allowed. Liz rolls her eyes and smirks. Olivia looks even more fidgety. I follow Damien to the relative privacy of the vending machines. Once we're there, his signature expression, that dopey smile below his partially vacant stare, changes to one of stern indignation so fast it's startling. I feel reflexively as though I've just been pulled into an office by an authority figure. Alright, Inko, you mind telling me what's going on between you and Olivia? I fang incredulously. Huh? What do you mean? I mean, you two haven't talked to each other all week. Is that a problem? Damien cocks his eyebrow at me. Come on, Inko, I may be a slow learner, but at least I'm not socially retarded. Does Damien even feel like a guy who would say retarded? I don't know. Maybe it's all a ruse. None of these dinos are real. The way he said it just seemed to imply he thought I was being socially retarded. When I struggle to come up with an answer, he interjects. Did you guys have a fight or something? This time he looks sympathetic and even worried. Something like that, yeah. Well, I won't pry if you don't want to talk about it. I'm just wondering how much longer this is going to continue. Here I had been thinking that maybe, just maybe, it could continue that way forever, with Olivia going back to being her usual quiet self, only occasionally grunting out monosyllabic responses. I don't know. You don't know? No. Are you angry with her? Yeah. I see. I get you, man. What do you mean you get me? You don't even know what the problem is. But you admit there's a problem. His tone sounded accusatory. Yeah. Well, I may not know what the problem is, but I understand being angry or frustrated with Olivia. Because sometimes I get angry with her too. You angry at her? Yeah, I know everyone thinks of me as this gregarious jock who's always happy-go-lucky and just wants to get along with everyone like everything's always cool. Not a mean-spirited bone in my body, just always cheerful. But that's not the truth. I have a dark side like everyone else. I just try to hide it better. I'd rather everyone get along. But I know what it's like dealing with Olivia. I get angry and frustrated with her too. But I keep it to myself in the hopes that I can be a positive influence on her. I tried for the longest time to get her to come out of her shell and be happy again. Like she used to be. Then you come along and suddenly, for the first time in a long time, she's happy and talkative. I don't know what you got that I don't. I just know it was a relief seeing her smile again. But now it's like she's back to her old self, only now on top of being quiet, she looks miserable. And it makes me angry because I feel like I've wasted effort on my part. Only now you're in the equation. He looks at me hard to emphasize the point. Damien, I understand your frustration, but you're beginning to make it sound like I'm going out of my way to make her miserable or something. Well, aren't you? Of course not. For God's sakes, Damien, all I'm doing is ignoring her. Exactly, you've been ignoring her and pretending like she doesn't even exist. You won't even sit next to her like you used to. I rubbed the back of my head again to massage away the consternation. Is that really such a problem, though? Damien rolls his eyes. Miko, it's obvious to anyone paying attention that whatever is going on between you two, you currently have the upper hand. I bulk at his statement. I have the upper hand? It was an expression I heard before in passing, and always invoking some kind of drama between couples. Drama that I, from the outside looking in, always thought as juvenile and petty. But now, I honestly had no idea. He scoffs. Well, now that you have it, you seem to be enjoying it. I open my mouth to protest angrily, but my retort dies under the weight of his gaze before it can even get halfway out of my mouth. I know he's right, and he knows he's right. I guess you're right, I didn't realize that until now. Well, now that you know, can you guys just make up already? Shit's been awkward as hell all week. Not just at lunch, but at home where she's moodier than ever. And I just feel like something doesn't give well. And I just feel like if something doesn't give, well, you can't both continue to sit at our lunch table. Unbelievable. What, are you going to ask me to sit somewhere else? Damien sighs in frustration. Miko, you're my buddy. I'd never ask you to do that. But I'm worried that if you don't leave, eventually she will. And then she'll be alone, and I don't want that for her. Alright, but I'm worried that after so long, she won't want to talk back even if I do talk to her. She will, man. Trust me. Despite her grumpy attitude, she's soft and sweet on the inside. She doesn't care about whatever it is you two fought about. She just wants you. Wants me? Yes, dummy, she likes you. If you say so. I know so, dude. Let me tell you something my old man once taught me, or told me. Talking to a cute girl is like jumping into a pool of freezing water. It's a shock to the system and you just want to get out, but after a while it starts to feel good. And you just don't even notice. Alright. Alright, let's get back. I'm starving. We take our seats again. So, what exactly were you guys talking about? She sounds coy, as though she doesn't know, but is trying to keep friendly conversation alive. Just some dietary stuff for building our bods. Advice Coach Solly gave. Creatine and protein powder are great for building muscle, right, Inko? Yeah, good thing I've been abstaining from soda and snacks this week. I think you were starting to get a bit pudgy, Inko. He's just pogging out like, oh! A hush falls over the table, and I can feel all eyes locked onto me like laser beams, making me flush with heat. Say nothing. Talk to her already. She wants you carnally. Inko, you must understand you have to bang Olivia to fix this timeline. You have to fuck my sister, Inko. Damien becomes Chris Redfield, yeah. I clear my throat. You think so, Olivia? Making eye contact with me for the first time since I glared down at her in the rain, she freezes like a deer in the headlights. She looks as though she's afraid that she had just made a faux pas. It's quite cute. And there's something else. There's no mistaking the eyeliner and blush. Her eyelashes look more pronounced. Did she pretty herself up for me? I'll take things girls never do for me for 200, Alex. She continues to stare at me dumbfounded. Ahem. Just a bit. She holds up her thumb and index finger. Well, now that you mention it, I've felt a bit thinner lately, in fact. I flash a shit-eating grin. I think I saw a six-pack this morning when I looked in the mirror. Olivia blushes furiously. Alright, Inky. Nice to know that hundreds of sit-ups Coach makes us do are all paying off. Damn right. But I think I can afford a cheat day today, and my parents gave me more allowance. Does anyone want anything from the vending machines? I'll take a soda, doesn't matter which. I'll have a snoot kiss. Olivia, you want anything? Still blushing, Olivia looked as though I just asked her out on a date. I really like the baked chips, and I'd like a Dr. Freeman. Coming right up. I would still ignore her, okay. You gotta continue the Pain bloodline. It's Halford, not Pain. The only way you'd continue the Pain bloodline is going for Sophia. As I walked past Olivia to the vending machines, I couldn't help noticing how much she was trembling, but also smiling. Just out of the corner of my eyes, I could see her mouth something to Damien. Thank you. With her cute smile in mind, I began wondering why I ever decided to not talk to her at all. In answering my own question, the memory of the contest comes back to me with the momentum of a metro. Standing before the vending machine, staring at the bag of chips destined for Olivia, I sigh and force myself to calm down. It wasn't worth it. No dumb contest for the approval of peers who would likely not care a week from then was worth hurting her. Not when she had been smiling up at me so sweetly. God, what have I been doing? I pick up the chips and a few candy bars and move on to the soda. My backpack replit with snacks and caffeine ambrosia, I turn back to the cafeteria. Oh no. Uh-oh. The red parasaur bars my path, eyes boring into me, spiked tail held high in warning. She knocks my backpack out of my hands, and a spray of junk food and a stray soda can rolls away. Can I help you? The fuck are you doing, Inko? Her voice is low. Getting snacks for my friends. What's it to ya? You really disappoint me, you know that. Why? Going to have to be more specific here. You know why. No, I don't. She smacks her tail on the ground, and I have to struggle to not to swallow nervously. Why are you crawling back to her? I'm forced to swallow the saliva pooled in my mouth and clear my throat. Why do you care? She doesn't answer. No, seriously, why do you care? 'Cause I hate that bitch. Okay, so why take it out on me? Again, she doesn't answer, and her glare looks less focused, as though she doesn't know herself. A familiar sound draws our attention. Olivia's behind Mia. The baryonyx glares at the parasaur with murder in her eyes. A low growl emanates from her, vibrating the floor. The fuck you looking at, Hot Wheels? Olivia bares all her fangs, still growling low. The tension rises as the red parasaur and the green gator girl continue to stare each other down. Then Mia smiles evilly. You know what, Skinny? She turns back to me as though Olivia is beneath her notice. It ain't you crawling back, it's her that's crawling back to you, practically on her belly. You're making her. And after you dumped her, no less. And I gotta say, I admire you for that. Just remember to keep her on a shorter leash. The parasaur left with a satisfied smirk full of evil mirth. With no one left to glare at, Olivia looks at me. I feel like a gun just backfired on me. The fuck did she mean by that, Inko? I picked up my backpack and put the scattered snacks and soda back in. It's just Mia trying to rile you up, Olivia. You know that. She's still looking at me with that accusing stare. I seen you talking to her. Well, we are gym partners. Partners? Her? Yes, in gym class. It's not like I have a choice in the matter. So why talk to her out of gym class? I pinch the bridge of my nose. Look, what am I supposed to do whenever she accosts me? Ignore her? You didn't have a hard time ignoring me. Olivia, come on. It's obvious in hindsight what Mia's been trying to do all week, which is drive a wedge between us. The gator girl rolls closer to me. Yeah, and you let her. So you're going to let her now? It was just as I was about to tell her off and dump the haul from the vending machine in her lap, and then that her face broke down. The sudden shock of seeing her composure deflate came as a relief. As a second more, and I would have gone back to ignoring her with renewed contempt. Her voice comes in a whimper. I'm sorry, Inko. Hey, it's alright. I don't want to be mad at you, and I don't want you to be mad at me. I feel the same way. Look, about last week. I don't want to talk about it. Can we just please go back to how things were? Her eyes are pleading and her lips are quivering. Sure, we can do that. I just wanted how it was when we actually talked. I miss that. I understand if you needed to take a break from me, cool off and get your head together. I'm not mad. And I don't blame you for being mad at me. I've been a shitty friend. I can't help but smile in mid-exasperation. Olivia, it's fine, really. Here, I have your chips and soda. She makes a meek little noise in response. Oh, and I still have this. I pull up the folded note Miss Proclane handed to me on Monday. Her eyes bug out to the size of saucers. How? Miss Proclane handed it to me after class. She looked concerned. Olivia's eyes were still boggling at the folded up note. I haven't looked at it yet. Olivia looked up at me, her eyes a mixture of fear and disappointment. Do you want me to look at it now? No, can I have it back? She reaches for the note, but I don't relinquish it. Both of us are holding on to opposite ends like a lifeline. Sure, but I thought you wanted me to have it. I do, but I don't, but... She begins to sob, and I can tell she's struggling to hold it in. It's the kind of sorrow where the harder you try, the more it seems to want to break through. Her fingers lose their strength, and her arm falls to her lap. The dam is broken, and she's crying in earnest now. Gazing at me through tears, her eyes plead. There's the hug. Okay, what's chat doing? Wait, what? It got a brand new 6-minute animated sex scene. What the fuck? What is chat go? What is chat doing? Ugh, this is why I don't engage with chat. She buries her snoot against my chest as our arms encircle one another. I'm sorry, I wanted to make it up to you somehow. I'm sorry I ruined your contest entry. It's okay, I don't even care about it anymore. Indeed, it seemed the furthest thing from my mind to still care about it, especially when it couldn't no longer be helped. Seemed petulant now. I don't want to lose you. Hearing that is like a dagger through my chest. You haven't. I was so scared that you'd never talk to me again. I knew you were angry, and you were right to be, but I didn't want to believe you really meant it when you said you wanted to forget me. I don't think I could forget you if I tried. You're too much fun to be around, and I was beginning to miss you too. Still hugging, the Gator girl looks up at me and smiles. Really? I smiled down at her tear-rimmed yellow and silver eyes, with the prettiest eyes, especially when showing such emotion. Yes, actually, I missed you during the weekend. I just needed time. She nods. We don't need to talk about it now. Let's go back and enjoy the rest of lunch. Reluctantly, she draws away, but she's still smiling. There's relief in her smile and gratitude. Yeah, the mucus is winning this battle, guys. We take our seats, but now I'm sitting next to Olivia like I used to. She smiles up at me even wider. You guys okay? We saw the Red Menace go over there, so Olivia went after you because she was worried. And then I got worried. We're fine, but thank you for your concern. You sure? Because I was about to get up and check it out, but then Liz stopped me and I told her, but what if... Damien. Yeah? Shut up. She laughs at his expression. Then I laughed at her expression. Then Liz laughed. Damien looked annoyed. Then he starts laughing too. The rest of the day proceeds as normal. Even history didn't feel so boring now, with her occasionally looking over her shoulder at me as though to assure herself I was still there. And still smiling at her. I considered taking the note out and looking at it. Maybe I could even draw something on it and hand it back. Though with Procline still patrolling the aisles, I decide against it. The absolute last thing I want is for either of us to press our luck any further in history. Can I walk you to the metro? She was blushing as she asked me. I smiled back. Of course. We were heading away from school towards the station, sharing each other's company in silence. Then a dread voice called out that made my heart sink. Yo, Inko! Hey, you still ain't mad about earlier, are ya? We say nothing. Well, just so you know, there's no hard feelings. That invitation to sit with me at lunch is still open. Provided you leave your bitch behind. You keeping her on a short leash like I told ya. You're the only bitch here, Mia. I said it with as much conviction as I could muster. There was no way I was going to tolerate Mia calling Olivia that, even if it meant a broke arm. So when did you get a mouth on you, you bald-headed prick? Must have rubbed off on me when hanging around you. Maybe next you'll be rubbing your fucking guts off the pavement. She grabs the collar of my shirt and I get uncomfortably close view of her predatory eyes. Don't fuck with us, Mia. Or what? You ain't got no cripple elevator to run to this time. Maybe Skinny Hero need his own key after I fuck him up. Olivia snapped her jaw shut with a sound like a firecracker. I'll fuck you up worse. Fucking shit, Skinny. Ain't you got no shame? You're gonna let this cripple fight your battles for you? Stay out of this, Olivia. No matter what, just let her do her worst. Your bravado is really admirable, Skinny. It's also gonna get your fucking mouth wired shut. Go right the fuck ahead. I don't care anymore. Just do your worst and get it over with. Do my worst, huh? You sure about that, you dumb fuck? Yeah, go right the fuck ahead and fucking do it already. Do it! Okay then, but don't say I didn't warn you. Had you read all wrong, Skinny. See, here I thought you dumped her miserable ass because you got sick of her whiny self-pity bullshit. But that's only half true, ain't it? The real reason you walked away from her is because she hurt your precious feelings. So what'd she do? Tell you that you was a dum-dum not on her level? I mean, God knows the bitch has an inferiority complex, but it's also coupled with a massive superiority complex. She rolls around in her chariot like she's better than everyone else, including you. So I guess she just let it slip that you're some dummy wannabe tryhard that she keeps around as her pet nice guy. And you just couldn't take not being on her level, so you walked away out of spite. That is it, ain't it? Something about the art contest triggered it, didn't it? And so, not to be outdone, you walked away with the upper hand, and she was without her white knight. And you made her sweat it out just long enough for one of you to crack. Well, congratulations. That's one battle of attrition you won. But to her, you'll still always be some dummy nice guy she keeps around for company. A real codependency made in heaven. Well, there you go. I did my worst, so have fun with that. I'll see you losers on the flip. Oh, and Inko, my offer's still pending. You come right on over to the winner's table tomorrow and we'll consider this whole thing stricken from the record. You can start fresh without her holding you back. Mia skips over to Ben's Fubaru RWX, where Kiara and Lunara are already sitting in the back seat waiting. She takes shotgun and they drive off, leaving us both in the fallout of her verbal onslaught. And once again, I'm left with the familiar feeling of having let a gun backfire on me. Boy, that Mia is a real piece of work, isn't she? Yeah, she is. Makes me sorry I was even ever friendly with her, even if it was just to get her off my ass. That's okay, Go. We both know why you did it, and for that I forgive you. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Nothing. No, it's not nothing, obviously. So what the hell did you mean by that? You caved to peer pressure. I mean, you've always been like that. It was peer pressure from Mia that's been making you treat me like shit all week. And ultimately, it took peer pressure from Damien and Liz to make you stop being an asshole. Fuck you, Olivia. Fuck me? Fuck you! Are you going to tell me you weren't treating me like shit? No, I absolutely was treating you like shit. So what am I to you then? Just some punching bag? What you are is a dirty little thief who stabs her friends in the fucking back. She's growling furiously now, enough for my fight or flight instincts to kick in. Her fangs look like they mean business, but I don't care. I refuse to be intimidated by anyone, least of all her. And I'll tell you something now, Olivia. Mia wasn't fucking there that day when I found you wallowing in a pile of your own self-pity in the rain. She didn't make me decide to stop being friends with you. That was all me. And I'll tell you something else. Damien wasn't my fucking peer. He's my friend. Liz, too. And when you say it has nothing but fucking peer pressure... Wait, you not only insult me, you insult him, and by extension yourself. Because he's your adopted brother, and he did that for both of us. But I wish now he hadn't. Her face is scrunched up in rage, but there are tears streaming down her snout. And don't tell me you don't give a damn about what your peers think, even when they ridicule you. After all, you fucked me over just to know what they think of your art. Was it worth it knowing that Kiara and Lunara were impressed with your art just so they could make fun of you alongside of Mia afterwards? She says nothing, and her face is still torn between rage and hurt. My head is pounding now, as the last of my fury vents itself in one final gesture. I pull out Olivia's note and toss it at her like a paper shuriken. It bounces off her chest and into her lap. Don't ever talk to me again. Isn't this the one where it changed? I feel empty and alone. I've been holding in the urge to yell at her all week, and though it felt good in the moment, all I wanted now was to vomit. Maybe this is what hangovers felt like. A moment of wild enthusiastic abandon followed by misery. Can people be hungover from emotion as well? On my approach to the metro, I realized that the anger I vented just then wasn't just building up all week, or even since the moment Olivia called me a pretentious midwit. It had been there from the moment I invited her to join me outside at the Pains. Although I had gone the gentler route and coaxed her outside by comparing our situations, another part of me wanted to guilt and shame her, but I had swallowed my pride then. I envied her. Not for her art, although I wish so much for that kind of skill and talent plenty of times, but for having an actual family and not just two workaholics who treated their son like some interesting side project. No matter how much I hurt her now, she would always have to go home. She would always have that to go home to, and what did I have? The thought stops me in my tracks. I don't want to go home. Even St. Hammond felt more of a home than the spiritually dead mansion I charitably called my domicile. Damien and Liz felt more than just friends. They felt like siblings I never had. And Olivia? Where'd she been? Was she also like a sister? No, it was something deeper than that, and realizing that makes me want to rip my heart out of my chest and never feel again. Hey, go. Her voice was distant for a moment. I think my imagination's telling me what I want to hear. Hey, go. No, it's really her. She's getting closer now. Fuck, now what? Go, please wait. She grabs my left wrist, her grip strong. I'm going to miss my train. I say it with a cold, robotic detachment. Truthfully, I didn't give a damn if I did miss it. For the briefest of moments, I imagine ushering Olivia up with me onto the platform and taking her home with me. The thought makes my face twitch that I have to bite back tears. Then miss it. This is important. I lock eyes with her. I'm sorry. I sigh in frustration. Olivia, I don't have much energy to do this anymore. What are you apologizing for? Her face scrunches back up in another expression of mixed pain and rage. I'm sorry that you're right. She's sobbing now, rivers streaming down her snoot and falling onto her lap. You're right about Damien being your friend and my brother, and even after I asked him and Liz to help me with you, Liz was even eager to help me and give me advice. I just couldn't help rubbing it in your face like that, and that was wrong. And I know Mia didn't make you want to stop being my friend. I did that. I hurt you, and whether you were right or wrong to hurt me back, I still had to expect something like this sooner or later. Damien's always so sweet to me, and I wish he wasn't. I got so accustomed to relying on him and his family as a source of unconditional love and support that I just started treating them like something I can abuse. Like that no matter what, they'll always be there to pick up my slack and take care of me. I felt the same about you too, so when you told me that day in the rain you wanted to forget me, I got scared. It made me realize that could happen eventually with Damien and his family. Not just him, anyone. Even Ideken. Knowing that terrifies me and makes me realize just how pathetic and helpless I am. Inko, please don't leave me. Olivia, for what it's worth, you're right about me too. I do cave to peer pressure too easily, and I've always been like that. I let Mia put dark thoughts in my head, and for that I'm sorry. I almost did something no better than what Ben did. I've just always been like that with most people, except for you. I used to think that it was because of you. It was because you were the one thing to override my obsequious nature, but I don't know what the word even means. Wait, I don't even know what that word means, you dork. It means willingness to be a servant or unquestioningly follow authority. I used to think that you were the one person I suddenly didn't care about pleasing. Where I suddenly didn't care about pleasing others or society more. But I realize now it's because you're the one peer for whom I have the most respect out of anyone, even Ideken. Really? She looks flattered at first. But then her expression changes. So I'm not your friend, I'm your peer? To me, you're both. You're someone I admire whose respect I want more than anything in the world. So when you said that to me in the rain, that I was just a pretentious midwit, it tore me up inside. I'm sorry. Don't be, not about that, because you're right, and I hate it, but I needed to hear it. I only wish that I handled that whole situation better. How could you have? I don't know, and I feel like a failure for that. Well, don't. Ideken is old enough to be our father, and even he doesn't know what to do with me. You're a handful, she giggled. But listen, you're not pathetic and helpless. You have so much more talent and potential than even you realize. Plenty of people are disabled just the same as you, and they manage to live successful lives even without the talent you have. I swear to God, Olivia, some days I feel like I'd give up my legs for what you have. Thank you, though I still wouldn't recommend it. She thinks I'm talking about her artistic skill. She takes something out of her hoodie pocket, and it's the note. I take it from her gently. Neither of us have to say anything. I unfold it. Is this really how you see me? Her face scrunches up again, though this time it's from self-consciousness. Inko. I'm not like this, Olivia. Saying nothing, she reaches for me. Another hug. I was treating you like shit because I wanted to. You can still be one day. It's probably where it ends, right? Gator hug successful. Ending 1B. Compromise. Okay, that's about like 20 minutes over the 2-hour mark. Oof. Yeah, I keep forgetting. This is a chunky mod. Time for the Mucus Lord Raid Boss chat. Yeah. The funny thing is I can't even sneeze this out. It's like a dry, kind of like thick mucus just wells up. Sinuses or something, I don't know. Like, you can hear it in my voice of how fucking clogged my nose is. And that's because I chose to drink today. Usually I prep by getting a hydrator in me. But I was a little late on that, obviously. Oh. I probably could have went for another hour had I not did this. But we got the future, for sure. I'm not dreading anything until, when is it, Thursday or Friday that appointment's on. Let me see my calendar. Oh, another WhatsApp message. I wonder if that's Mom bitching at me. Calendar. Yeah, it's the 28th. That's when I go for the appointment to get assessed, so that's why I'm dreading shit, because that's when things are either going to be crumbling or when things get set in motion, and I'm terrified of both. But yeah, I think we'll do another stream of this on Monday. Hopefully knock the rest of it out. I know devlog's coming out tomorrow, which I'm probably going to be really late for. Honestly, I'm not... I mean, I like playing devlog, but it's like devlog's becoming an amalgamation, really. Nose spray. The fluticasone in nose spray just fucks with my eyeball. Papyrus. Who uses a calendar these days? People who get paid by people named Mr. Jiggles. Drink or hydrate on stream. Well, I do have, like I said, I had my hydrator here, but like it's too little too late. I didn't prepare for it. Coda VN is better. No, not really. It's good, but it's not better. Another update. Yeah, it's another chapter. I think this is the one where they said they were going to put it on Steam soon as a demo, but I don't think that's the case. I think they're just going to bait it again. No, this update will put it out on Steam. No, this update. Like, I feel like devlog's just way too ambitious. It's either going to come out like promises broken, or it's going to never come out because it's going to take forever. Not devlog the whole game. I'm talking about the next chapter update. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining it right. My brain's on a different level right now where only I can understand me. Devlog are the Peter Molyneux of Dino VNs. Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, I'll probably throw on a different stream tonight. We'll probably play more backlogs of stuff. I don't know. It's just the night's not over for me, and I want to stream some more, but I don't want to be killing my voice and being all mucusy. So I'll just probably shoot the shit with chat and a stream after this. That's cool. I gotta go play Psychonauts. Okay. You enjoy yourself. I am going to go take a break. I'll be back in probably like 5-10 minutes, and we'll probably put on some different games. So I will be back then. Hope to see you there.